Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be talking about an underrated thing you can do to improve your public speaking skills. You can start doing this literally today to become a better communicator. Some of you guys asked me how I became a better public speaker, what did I do to improve my communication skills, and I would say it's a combination of a lot of factors from reading, writing, and just practicing public speaking. But this one thing, I don't think a lot of people talk about, and I think you can start doing it today to become a better public speaker. And that one thing is spending more time alone. I know it sounds super counterintuitive, like how am I going to be a better public speaker by spending more time alone? Isn't public speaking about speaking in public? I agree, obviously public speaking is about presenting yourself to a large audience, but how you communicate your thoughts, how you articulate your feelings happens within. And these days, I've observed a lot of people refusing to sit with themselves in complete silence. They either go for their phone, or they switch on the TV, or they start playing video games. It is very hard for people to sit with their own thoughts and feelings. But here's the thing. Only when you start doing that will you be able to understand who you are as a person. When I moved from Dubai to New York City at the age of 18, I spent a lot of time alone. Studying abroad in the US created so many moments for me where I spent so much time alone that I was forced to confront all of the things that I had been pushing away. I was forced to sit with my thoughts no matter how uncomfortable they got. And because of that, I was better able to understand who I am as a person, what sort of belief systems I have, what sort of questions and assumptions I have about the world. Once I started critically thinking and questioning so many of the things that I was told throughout my lifetime, I was better able to understand my world and also myself. So much of communication, so much of public speaking is basically articulating what you feel in a simple and digestible manner to the masses. If you don't know what you feel, if you don't know who you are, how are you going to be able to communicate that to people? You won't be able to, and even if you are able to, you will not be able to do it in a simple manner. You will be using complex terminology which sort of signals that you don't know what you're talking about. So forcefully spending so much time alone in the past 2-3 years and now dedicating times where I don't look at my phone, I don't look at my laptop, I just sit in silence and observe the thoughts that are going on in my head has made me a better communicator. When you aren't able to sit in silence with yourself, you depend on somebody else to tell you how to think. This is what happens to you, right? You end up consuming a video and you start having thoughts about things that are not really important. Or you start scrolling on reels and you're just transported into somebody else's world and you stop paying attention to what really is important, which is your world, which is your thoughts and yourself. So my advice to you would be to just sit in silence with yourself for at least 5 to 10 minutes every day. Don't use any music, don't put on a podcast, don't watch any videos. Just observe what's going on in your head and then you can do something else as well. If you want to take it a step further, you should buy a journal and you should start writing your thoughts down every day. If not every day, at least start once a week, once every 3 days maybe. And you don't have to get a fancy journal, you can just use a notebook that's lying around in your home and start to write about things that you're thinking about. Start to write about your day, your negative emotions, positive emotions, a loss, a win, a new person entered into your life. Write about how you feel about that. And just be honest with yourself, because over time, you will start to better understand who you are as a person, because you can literally see the words you've written. And don't judge yourself too harshly for what you're writing, because you have to be kind to yourself and be vulnerable with yourself. And once you start to do that, you will start to notice that you become a better communicator when you're talking to other people, because you're better able to communicate to yourself what you're feeling. If you don't know where to start, just start with a why. Why do you feel this way? Why do you think you reacted that way? Why do you think that person saying whatever they did made you feel that way? Start with a why. And if you want to take it one step further, you can start talking to ChatGPT. If you don't know what ChatGPT is, I don't know what you're doing, but basically it's this super advanced intelligence that you can talk to, because it knows everything and it will be able to understand you and also give you feedback on how you communicate and help you understand yourself. Should we try it? Should we try talking to it? Okay, I'm gonna try talking to it for you guys. Hey GPT, yesterday a friend of mine said something that didn't quite sit right with me and I'm having trouble understanding why that is.
Ah, got it. That's such a common experience, and it can be so tricky to untangle. Want to talk about what they said or how it made you feel? Sometimes breaking it down can help reveal what's bothering you underneath. If you want to keep it vague or general, that's cool too.
So I'm not going to talk to it right now, but you see, like, it asks you follow-up questions, which helps you question what you're feeling. So try talking to ChatGPT. All in all, to become a better communicator, you need to sit with yourself, you need to write about things that you're feeling, and you need to talk to somebody who can help you deepen the thoughts that you're having or even remove some of the thoughts, because not every single thought you have is valid. One of the most important aspects of communicating to the public, of understanding somebody else, is understanding yourself. Because when you do that, you have a reference point. You have a point of comparison so that you can relate to the audience that you're speaking to. When you understand what you've been through and why you've been through it, when you're speaking to somebody else and potentially helping them go through the exact same things, you will be able to help them just way better because you know how you feel about the situation. Understanding the world comes from understanding yourself. Philosopher Ansh. But that's all I had for today's video, guys. I really hope you found this useful. If you did, let me know in the comments below and share this with your family and friends. Like for the algorithm and subscribe if you want to see more content out of me. And as always, I'll see you tomorrow.